Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Dreaming of home ownership? Republic Bank invites you to the Building Dreams Your Path to Home Ownership Mortgage Expo. Join us for an exciting day filled with resources for your home ownership journey, featuring home improvement stores, building supplies, real estate options, insurance solutions, and much more. Don't miss our insightful presentations on smart financial planning for homeowners, the legal blueprint of home ownership, a homeowner's guide to the right insurance, and the building and approval process, what you need to know. Mark your calendars for May 3rd, 2025 at the Radisson Crown Ballroom in Grand Dance from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade, this is the event for you. Join us at the Building Dreams Mortgage Expo on May 3rd and take the first step towards owning your new home.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. Alright, and of course we want to say hello and welcome to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson. We are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. Of course, we have a few things to tell you about on the program tonight. It's no ordinary Monday. Quite a lot happening, not just in Grenada but in the region. We are just hearing about the autopsy report coming out of Guyana, and we will share that with you, and that is as it relates to the death of Adriana Young. This is a very, very touchy case in Guyana that has caused riots and looting and mayhem. Today they were at the hospital, and the hospital compound was like a war zone. Residents versus police. We'll talk to you about that. Suspected arson in Grand Roy, very interesting again. Residents say that a man torched the house of another. We'll talk to you about that. Pan expressions held on the weekend. There is a winner that we will tell you about in a while. Grenada government say that they are moving boldly against the sargassum situation that we are experiencing right now. One resident in Pearls, St. Andrew, wants the authorities to pay some attention to the garbage situation there. Police say that they're investigating a shooting incident that occurred at Victoria St. Mark that left 4 men warded at the General Hospital, with one in critical condition fighting for his life with a bullet lodged in his brain. We will share some more of these with you when we return from this brief break. And of course, headlines brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts, Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket. We've got Superb Distributors. We've got the Beacon Insurance. And of course, we've got so many sources locked in with us. We say hello to you, all the other sponsors. We want to say thank you for supporting this program. We'll be back shortly. Remember that if you're a Digicel customer, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit. Compliments Digicel. We'll be back.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Shop with confidence at Courts. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Okay, so welcome, and of course, to those of you who are here with us for the first time, we are happy to have you. And to the usual suspects, of course, we are saying hello and welcome. Well, police say that a 48-year-old resident of Mount Granby, I don't know this dude from Mount Granby, so you better, I don't know, I'm from Mount Granby, I don't know him from Mount Granby, check your facts. Anyways, he's a 48-year-old resident, they say, of Mount Granby St. John, who was wanted by the Royal Grenada Police Force in connection with the offense of sexual intercourse with a minor, has been apprehended. Mr. Johnson was captured in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Saturday, April 19, 2025 by members of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. He was officially handed over to the Royal Grenada Police Force on Thursday, that's last Thursday, April 24th. Now, following his return to Grenada, Mr. Johnson was charged with 6 counts of sexual intercourse with a minor. He remains in custody and is expected to make his first appearance at the St. George's Magistrates Court. Well, he was supposed to do that today. I believe he was remanded. I will check that out for you. But I don't know him from Mount Granby. I am from Mount Granby. So, hey, hang all the story. Yeah, as I'm saying all that. I saw another article from the police saying he was from Loreto. Okay. So he might not even be from Loreto. Who knows? So we are moving on. I think one of the very interesting developments is that of the incident that occurred at Victoria St. Mark on yesterday's date. Yes, yesterday. There was a week of activities, St. Mark's Day celebrations, and they had a series of activities, and there's usually the reservoir jam and so on. So they're saying that after the reservoir jam, some people converged in Victoria, just having a little drink, enjoying some music, when gunshot rang out. There was some sort of commotion and gunshots rang out. Some are saying those shots were fired by the police. Of course, there are instances where that has been challenged. However, police say that they are actively investigating that shooting incident that occurred last evening at Victoria, resulting in 4 men sustaining injuries. The victims were taken to the General Hospital for medical attention and admitted as patients. The commissioner and members of the Royal Grenada Police Force say that they'd like to extend best wishes for a full and speedy recovery to all those who have been affected. And the police say that they'll ensure that a thorough investigation into that matter will happen. All right. And they are also asking persons who have any information about the incident to please come forward and assist the police with their investigation. Attorney Anselm Clouden spoke about today's incident, also gave an update on the condition of Mr. Wellington, aka Wello, who is currently fighting for his life at the intensive care unit in the General Hospital.
The victim is now at the ICU, General Hospital. He's currently undergoing surgery. I'm told that his heartbeat is good, but he's allegedly brain dead. The bullet had gone into his brain. His heartbeat is good, they claim, but he is in a critical condition, I'm advised. Yes.
And so, what's the next move?
Well, one has to await the medical prognosis. You cannot anticipate any outcome. We would hope for the best outcome, that he survives, if it is at all medically possible. But for the moment, we have to await the prognosis, and after such a prognosis, we take appropriate action, depending on the outcome.
Have you spoken to the police? Have you had a chance to speak to the police?
No, I have not had the opportunity to speak to the police. I've just returned from court, and there's an allegation that the police is involved. I don't know. Those are not my instructions. But there's talk, public discourse that the police are involved. But I cannot say so affirmatively. I have no such information. Cogent or credible information at this point in time. But I've heard talk.
And so far, we've heard that the police fired live rounds into a crowd, and the police did issue a statement, but did not address that matter at all to refute that. Almost to suggest that maybe it may not be a rumor after all.
Yes, well, but you see, once I make a public pronouncement as the attorney representing the family, I must be accurate in my presentation. And if indeed the police is responsible for the victim's condition, then it's a very, very serious development in the country. And the consequences could be dire, depending on the outcome of the medical prognosis. That's a fact. But as I say, I have no cogent evidence as to who shot. You hear all kinds of talk. So the police should be forthright with the public and address the issue. If there is such an allegation that the police is responsible for the victim's injury, then of course the police should come forward and clear the air of any speculation.
There was a gun amnesty several months ago, which I think it recovered one or two illegal firearms. And this was the only response of the state to issues of growing crime and violence in the country. Do you feel like the police force itself has been, aside and separate from the incident in Victoria yesterday, of course, that the police, any remedies have been employed that would get the police more equipped to deal with conflict resolution and incidents of violence in the country? apart from very extraordinary measures.
Yeah. You see, let me tell you something, Callistra. I have said this on many occasions. They should have a course at the police training school on tolerance and self-control. There are situations sometimes that develop spontaneously. Something just, an environment is created that needs police intervention to save lives. Because, as you know, the mantra, the motto is to protect and serve. It's rather interesting when they opened the police headquarters, the Prime Minister made much ado, and I agreed with him, that the name should be changed from the police force to the police service, because that's what they're mandated to do, protect and to serve, not to engage in violent display of power, resulting in death or unnecessary harm to the citizenry at large. So that tolerance is the main thing here.
Thank you very much. That's Attorney Anselm Clouden speaking there with Callistra Farrier. Thank you very much, Callistra, for the interview, providing us with that. So there will be an investigation into that particular incident, according to the police. There are already steps being made to gather the necessary evidence. I know that video footage was sought and other footage to assist the police with their investigations into that particular matter. I know that the people of Victoria, they're asking for justice, and like Guelph people, Victorians are warm, friendly, and nice, but when you rub them off too wrongly, or when it would seem that you did, then they would respond. So we hope it's not going to be a situation that is going to escalate, and that an investigation will be done to really get to the bottom of what really transpired there. There's another similar situation happening in Guyana that we will talk to you about later. Well, not too similar, because we are very much more civil than what I see happening in Guyana at this point. There's a resident who is now without his home in Grand Roy. They are saying that someone came into the village and set the people's house on fire, prompting an investigation as well from police. Total madness. Check this out.
Yeah, I think everybody else.
That person might want to burn on you, man. I say.
No, will you use it? Take the man, Mike. I'm hold on, set bone in this. Don't go born. Go get heat. Don't say them. Young yeah, see that boy.
Yeah, you're right. So, according to the owner of this house, he says that he was on work. One of the owners, that he was on work, and well, he got the call that his house was on fire, and then when he rushed to the home, this is what he witnessed. He also said that he was told by people in the area that someone came there and set the house on fire and ran. According to one source, there were attempts to apprehend the culprit, but those proved futile. However, one source also said that that individual, that suspected individual, is now in police custody. We cannot confirm or deny that part of it, but what we know is that an investigation has been launched into this fire. The owner says that he lost a lot. Well, of course, when you lose your house, this is where everything is stored. And this is madness again. An entire home. Well, mind you, as we have said here before, arson happens to be one of the most serious crimes on the law books. So if this whole accusation holds true, the individual responsible can find himself in some serious hot waters. Serious. That's the destruction of a dwelling home. And as you hear some of the people saying on the recording, that this is relatively new in terms of the development that was done to this house. So, I don't know, man. Again, this incident happened today at Grand Roy, St. John. All right, so we're moving on. One resident of Pearls in St. Andrew is disgusted over what she says is the condition of the environs at the Pearls airstrip. She accuses the people who usually host the the drag races and so on to not doing a thorough job in cleaning up at the end of their events. She also accuses other people of using the area as a dump site.
Listen, you see that? The Grenada Motor Club. Please, this is too much. I am speaking again. More garbage. Everywhere I look, around Paul's airstrip is garbage. I'm tired with it. Look at that. You see the airport? When they clean half of the airport. All the pallet tires causing mosquitoes, you see? Half of the airport. Here, the car and them had to scoop through garbage. Garbage in the corner there. Yeah? Just as how they fix their house. You see? All that in front here. Garbage everywhere. Everywhere I look is garbage. And don't tell me say garbage. It's garbage. I'm tired. I'm tired. Everywhere. We tired. We the people of Pauls. We tired. We tired. We fed up. And we can't take it again. Do something about it. Look at that. When they hire racing, watch. All pan, mosquito going in that. You see that? All galvanized. You don't even have a road for you to walk. Garbage city. Look at that. You see that? Huh? Right. All that. They fix the wall. There's somebody land, eh? You see that? Look at that. From racing. All the garbage. From racing. See that? Just garbage. You take a walk up here. Watch. They ain't have nobody to clean it up. See that? How people use a thing? Just garbage. Garbage everywhere. See that? Garbage everywhere. Just garbage. Just garbage. Eh? That's something too? Huh? Whosoever is responsible for having racing and taking care of the airport, do better than that. Do better than that. Look at that. Apparently they stick a garbage bag there. Garbage bag would not keep the garbage because when all you leave it there, the truck no passing, the solid waste workers can bend down and pick up all this garbage. It is unfair to them. Put drums. Look at that. Eh? Look how far the garbage is inside. There's somebody road to go in the land, you know. Look at that. Eh? You find it's okay for us to live in this kind of condition? This is our community. Eh? You see that? Huh? Look at that. And when rain fall, where do you think all the garbage going? In the river. Huh? That's something too? Enough is enough, I say. Eh? That's something too? That's something too? Eh? Look at this. Grenadians, we need to do better than that. Don't come in our community and come and throw garbage when you are racing. Walk with all your own garbage bag, put all your garbage in all your garbage bag. And when all you put all your garbage in all your garbage bag, throw it in all your bin when all you reach home. Or the Grenada Motor Club, whosoever responsible for the airstrip and for racing. Huh? Look at that. Whosoever responsible for it. Fix it. Huh? That's something too? And then all you're talking about, the environment and the environment and the environment.
Well, of course, you heard it in her voice. She wants the authorities to immediately intervene into ensuring that this doesn't continue. Of course, again, as you've heard, she's calling on those who are responsible for hosting racing events to at least do a more thorough cleanup job following the conclusion of those events. She says it's a recurring situation that they deal with in the village. All right, so we are moving on. What else do we have to tell all of you about? So, we are getting a lot of complaints about the Sagassum situation in Grenada. OMG. Now, a couple weeks ago, we went into Grenville and we shot this beautiful drone footage of a beautiful, what used to be a beautiful shoreline now being, contaminated by the Sagassum seaweed there. Now, when the weed is fresh, it's unsightly, but you could deal with it for 15 minutes. But after it starts to decay, that's where the problem comes in. The stench is unbearable. And it almost comes with a, I don't know, for me, it's like a heat. So it doesn't just affect your nose. It affects I think about it and I feel dirty. So you can imagine the people who have to live in those areas, the people who have to work in those areas. Now it's coming down to the eastern side. So I'm living in Westerhall, Old Westerhall. I'm not that close to the shoreline, but I get even the stench from all the way I live. So I can imagine the people in Old New Westerhall, certain parts in St. David's, Westerhall Point, Fort Judy, Egmont, that entire side going down there. OMG. Grenville, because it's like it starts up there. You understand? But the government, I remember covering an event that took place here, a Sagassum conference that took place. It was a massive conference that had people from all over the world attending this. Grenada is one of the islands that were affected, of course. Who feels it knows it. And of course, we hosted this here in Grenada. And there were some short and long-term solutions and mitigation plans in place. They say, and so the government say that they are still committed to this, and they are working towards it. They say that they're not just planning; it is acting. So in February, they say that the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority activated its 2025 Sagassum operational response plan with tangible, they say, results already visible. Why so many people trying to get me at this time of the night? You understand? Okay, so they are saying 32 temporary workers were deployed in high impact areas like Marquis and Soubise to support shoreline cleanup. Have you seen? They say that they've collected material transported to Telescope for safe storage and potential reuse. Also, cleanup operations expanded to the West Coast beaches in collaboration with the Grenada Tourism Authority from April 23rd. That was a couple of days ago then. They also say deployment of Coast Guard Yamaha vessels equipped with floating barriers and trawl nets to capture Sagassum at sea. And they say also strategic landings of Grand Mall and Guave jetties with transfer to Perseverance landfill for assessment and safe disposal. So they're saying that's what they've been doing, and these interventions are protecting key tourism zones, they say. All right. So that's what they're saying that they're doing in response to this. Ew. All right. Woof. But this one is tough. So they're saying that because of the winds and so on, that is why we're having like an invasion of it happening at this time, because of how the direction that the wind is blowing whenever that happens, and it carries the Sagassum down in the manner that it is, causing us to be affected in the manner that we are. All right. So they say it's winding. It's a winding. You understand? But my God, I hope that we will be spared. I hope that's the worst of it, that we have more to come, because my God. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. We're going. How are we looking? So congratulations in order for the winners of the Pan Expressions. We're talking about the next New Dimensions. They were able to complete the event on top of the table with 90.67 points. Just a couple points from second place winners, who were River Road Pan Wizards. That's the Blast River Road Pan Wizards. It was that close. First place, Nexa New Dimension, 90.67 points. Second place, Blast River Road Pan Wizards, 90 points. So you see, 0.67 is what separated the two. Third place, IMA Grenada Rainbow City All Stars, 88.33 points. Congratulations to you. Fourth place, Co-op Bank Comancheros, 87.33 points. Then fifth place, Republic Bank Angel Harps, 81.67 points. Then all the small bands came down to the end. We need more support for the small bands. For example, I do not see that Pan OCA has an official sponsor. That could affect the preparation and everything. So sixth place was Pan OCA with 78 points. Then we have Florida Westside Symphony again. I know they used to be sponsored at one point in time, but it doesn't seem like they have sponsorship. They had 76 points, coming seventh position. And then the small band from Grand Roy again, 8th place, Grand Roy Pan Angel. So these bands don't seem to, so the bands who do not have the financial support happens to be the bands that are at the bottom of the table, unfortunately. I wish I had the money, you know. But congratulations to everyone. You guys did well. It was a nice event, you know what I mean? So forgetting the results, let's forget the results. Everybody gave a good account of themselves. You understand? The points were relatively close. All right. Okay. So the next thing that I have to tell you about Grand Lake. They are saying that they are doing some planned outages, and there are some communities that will be affected tomorrow, Tuesday, and Friday. So Springs in St. George's, you'll be affected from 1 p.m. to 3. And Fenton Village in St. George's, you too will be affected tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. Charge up your thing on them, you understand? And then on Friday, Fontenoy will be affected 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. Those are the communities that will be affected. So we've got Tuesday, and we also have Friday. So, what else do we have to tell you? The situation in Ghana, boy, that one different, boy. All you, that one different. Riot and thing, boy. The police station and thing, you know. I telling all you, boy. The police, let me say police station. The hospital. The hospital. Guns and gunshot and, you understand? I'm telling you, it was crazy. Crazy. People got injured. I myself wondering, what was that all about? What was that all about? You understand? Because the autopsy report was scheduled. Alright, the pathologists that were used were pathologists that were selected by the family. What the hell was the problem? Wait for the results, but NASA, instead of them people waiting for the results, is bottles and missiles and in the hospital, you know. In the hospital. You understand? So everything that had to happen, that wasn't supposed to happen, happened today outside the hospital. I'll be very blunt in saying this. Nonetheless, as I suspected, the autopsy report revealed that Ariana Young died as a result of drowning. Hold on. That's according to the report. The autopsy has confirmed that Ariana died as a result of drowning, according to the findings from the medical experts, including all the pathologists that we're telling you that were selected by the family. All right. There is no apparent reason to doubt the credibility of those individuals. Again, because those people have no ties. I know that the one from the US, no ties at all to anything. And the family selected them. The autopsy also revealed that Adriana, sustained no broken bones, suggesting that there was no external trauma associated with her death. However, the investigators, they say they are continuing their work and will seek to determine whether the water that was found in her lungs and stomach matches the water from the pool where her body was found. You understand? So that's where they are right now. She died as a result of drowning. They have seen no signs of sexual interference, nothing of that nature. They have not seen that, any of that. There are a lot of questions in terms of the handling of a body following reports of her disappearance. That is something that the police will have to look at. All the suspicions that people had. I think that there is merit in just investigating many of those accusations and suspicions. Yes. Yeah. And let's take it from there. Let's take it from there. But this is crazy. This is crazy. So they're gonna ascertain whether or not she drowned there, where her body was found. Because again, there are claims that her body was not there the night. You know, that the night of the day that she went missing, that there was no body in that water, in that pool, that it was clear. We even saw some footage that claimed to have been of that particular night. All right. So we are going to continue to take a look at that. Trinidad is now on bated breath. On bated breath. As today, they will decide whether or not, let me see what they're saying. Trinidad is going to be going in the hands, returning to the hands of the current administration, or that's the PNM, or they will be going in Kamala's direction, the UNC, yellow and red. Time will tell. I know they want me to come and do the election coverage for them, but what I'm saying is I'm the busy dog, and my presence ain't cheap. You understand? So I'm sorry, but y'all have to use all the dead media as usual. But yes, let me see something really quick. But between me anyway, Trinidad election is being overshadowed by the situation in Guyana. Kamala is very confident. Very confident. You understand? Hold on, let me see if I can get hold on. Oh gosh. Kamala and her team, they are very confident that they have this one in the bag. You understand? But you remember that PNM's leader, Dr. Keith Rowley, just about a month ago, removed himself from the position of Prime Minister, making way for Stuart Young as the Prime Minister and then the leader of the party. And so Stuart Young would now be the one to become Prime Minister if the party wins the next election. Of course, they have a lot of hurdles a lot of hurdles to cross over. You see, me and me politics, me Trinidad politics, and let me not get too deep with all of that. But there are a lot of hurdles for the party to get over. If they are able to do so, boy, oh boy, we will know, because at least the results will be out shortly. Yes, if it is out yet, I just looking. I have not seen anything definitive yet. Follow. So once I come out from the program, I'll go and I'll check and I'll see for you whether or not the results are in, like where we are. But like I said, Kamala and the UNC, they are very confident that they would have had this one in the bag.
We have had a very, very clean campaign, very strong campaign. True. I feel very confident of a very good result. Let me thank the people of Superior. I'm in Superior tonight. Let's thank Superior. I can declare Superior safely won. So I declare the first seat in this election. And the results come in. But the feedback thus far is very, very good. And I'd like to wait a little longer to get from some of the corridor seats. But the trend is looking very good for us. I think we are set to win this January election. Thanks to everyone. I want to thank all our coalition partners who played a big role in it. And the rank and file UNC membership never left my side and held me up when I was falling down. They were always there with me. So let's say thanks to them.
Mrs. Prasad, we saw some of the initial counts showing TPP leading in Tobago. How is that feeling for you in terms of the overall outcome of the election?
The overall outcome is that we are going to win this general election.
True.
Yes.
And are we going to win?
Yes. And on our marginal corridor seats, the counting is going to be good.
Would a partnership with TPP be on the cards for the UNC?
I think you asked me that question the day of my voting. Was it you or someone else? I always said that there are many rooms in the House of the Rising Sun. There's a space and place for everyone. We need to work together to build Trinidad and Tobago. So all are welcome. All will be welcome. We have to rebuild this country together.
True. What's that? All your election jet, because the way she's speaking like the winner idea, all are welcome thing to think about. Next thing you know, womp womp. So anywho's, in a couple of hours you'll be able to know. Alright, in a couple of hours we'll be able to tell you who has won the general elections in Trinidad and Tobago. I think let me see what we're looking at here. Some of the other things, they are not very time sensitive, so I'll have to divert, tell you about the weather, etc., because we are losing time. And of course I still have for you the national report. Here now is your weather as submitted to us by the Met Office. We can tell you that the weather is expected to be generally fair with light isolated showers. Max temperature min temperature for tonight 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Thing coming on a little. For Tuesday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be generally fair but slightly hazy with light nighttime showers. Max temperature, it's going to be around 30.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 25.5. Winds easterly to east southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Again, relatively okay. It's getting a little calmer. So we are happy for that. All right. And so that is our weather report. We're heading over to YouTube. Big up to the people on the business. So those of you who are on YouTube, we see that we have Henry, we have Marcus, we have Suzanne, Gleonora, and all the other people. We have Lynette and all the other people on the business. Hello, Jennifer, how are you? Celine, blessings to you as well. Carol, I see that you're there as well. So all the people on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell, little thing there. Yes, and yes, Liz, we've got NR, because people who are asking about NR, then people want to know, then people want the NR by. So Facebook people, Kieran, Barbara, Liz, Java. Yes, Java. Oh, you were asking? Diana, Michelle, Hazel, and Nova Null, Veronica, Valerie, and Karen. Mikey, you have to run for election? Me? Yeah, I run from. Joseph said PNM will win the next election. Okay, well, let's see. All right. Valerie, where you have election? Where are you located? Yvonne. Bermuda. Yeah, man. Nah, that small thing, Bermuda. That small thing, man. That is weird. So, guys, all the best to you. We take a break and come back. And when we come back from our sponsors, we are going to, hit you with the national report. All right. So, take care. We will be back with the NR.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Dreaming of home ownership? Republic Bank invites you to the Building Dreams Your Path to Home Ownership Mortgage Expo. Join us for an exciting day filled with resources for your home ownership journey, featuring home improvement stores, building supplies, real estate options, insurance solutions, and much more. Don't miss our insightful presentations on smart financial planning for homeowners, the legal blueprint of home ownership, a homeowner's guide to the right insurance, and the building and approval process, what you need to know. Mark your calendars for May 3rd, 2025 at the Radisson Crown Ballroom in Grand Dance from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade, this is the event for you. Join us at the Building Dreams Mortgage Expo on May 3rd and take the first step towards owning your new home.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart, be prepared, invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb service. We are Superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
This is the GIS News for Monday, April 28th, 2025. I am Sherry-Ann Noel. In the headlines, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell embarks on first official trip to Venezuela, and Grenada to introduce 2 new vaccines. Details to these stories and more, plus a look at the weather when we return.
Vegetation management at Grenlec is one of our key components of our preventative maintenance program. So we do the majority of our tree trimming or vegetation management before the hurricane season. From our experiences with Hurricane Beryl and Hurricane Ivan, the major damage we suffered to our network was a result of trees falling onto our lines and damaging our infrastructure. So it's important to have that adequate clearance from the power lines, so it will increase our reliability in terms of the safety to our customers. That's very important. We don't want the public getting too close to our power lines. Additionally, to prevent wildfires, we do our patrol and inspections of our lines where we identify trees that are too close to the lines in terms of height or width. We need at least a 10-foot clearance, and we identify trees that are too tall, and if they fall to the lines can cause outages and fires. We use external contractors for the majority of the tree trimming, but we also use our in-house linemen if the lines are too close to the power lines, and we need the use of the bucket trucks. Sometimes, based on the closeness, we have to take outages. So as the public, we need your help in giving permission to cut the trees on your property, and if you notice any trees that are too close to the power lines, you can always call us at Grenlec to come in and safely remove them.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell is on his first official visit to Venezuela. The visit underscores the long-standing relationship between Grenada and Venezuela and reflects both nations' shared commitment to strengthening bilateral relations and cooperation across various sectors. These include agriculture, healthcare, education, and tourism. During the official visit, Prime Minister Mitchell is scheduled to hold high-level discussions with President Nicolas Maduro Moros to discuss key areas of interest. The government of Grenada reaffirms its commitment to fostering a strong, mutually beneficial relationship with all its partners and looks forward to further deepening the bonds with the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Honorable Deacon Mitchell, who returns home on Tuesday, April 29th, is accompanied by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Joseph Andel. Honorable Andy Williams is acting as Prime Minister in his absence. Minister for Health, Honorable Philip Telesford, says the ministry will introduce 2 new vaccines for the 0 to 1 year age group. He was delivering a message to mark the opening of Vaccination Week from April 26th to May 3rd.
Citizens of Grenada, I am also excited to announce that in the coming days, the Ministry of Health will introduce the pneumococcal and rotavirus vaccines for our 0 to 1 year age group as we continue to grapple with the yearly hospitalizations of these precious ones for pneumonia and diarrheal illnesses. The introduction of these vaccines will significantly reduce the burden of disease on parents, the Ministry of Health, and the country as a whole.
Vaccines have saved 154 million lives worldwide and reduced infant mortality by 40% since the 1950s. They have also contributed to the eradication of smallpox and the elimination of other diseases in the Americas, such as measles, polio, and rubella. Minister Telesford added that while Grenada was able to maintain 90 to 95% vaccination coverage historically, there has been a significant fluctuation in the last decade due to rising vaccine hesitancy.
Based on our vaccination data for 2023, Grenada attained 86% coverage for primary doses of diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus, while in 2024, for the same vaccine, 85% was recorded. Of greater concern, our measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine rate have declined from 85% in 2023 to 67% in 2024. Simultaneously, we are monitoring the current measles outbreak in the US, Europe, and nearby Belize. Brothers and sisters, we cannot let our guard down. We must be vigilant.
The slogan for Vaccination Week is "Your decision makes a difference." Immunization for all. Moving along, a maritime training institute will soon be established on the sister isle of Carriacou as part of efforts to revamp the 6 Roads campus. This announcement was made by Principal of TAMCC, Andrew Abraham, during a recent visit to Carriacou. He was accompanied by a team from the main campus and staff from the Carriacou campus. The Marine School will be housed at the site of the old 6 Roads campus in Carriacou. Highlighting the seafaring heritage of the people of the Grenadines, Mr. Abraham said the institute will welcome trainees from the Grenadine Islands, other parts of the region, and internationally.
The Marine Institute that we've been talking about for a long time, we believe that it is closer to reality than ever before. Only today, I would say, we received a first 3D rendering of what that campus would look like, which brought a lot of excitement to the team. We are confident that we would get at least the first phase started, at least in this calendar year. And I say a first phase because, as you would appreciate, a Marine Institute would require a lot of physical infrastructure, technical infrastructure, and the capacity, meaning the staff complement and so on. And so it will be a phased approach. But I believe what we've seen or what we have access to at this point, it really energizes the team that Marine Institute will become a reality, and we would be able to really serve the community of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And may I say, our community in the Grenadines, Union Island and so on, and some of the other islands, Canada, where students would be able to access program here, which is the current programs that we offer. We'd have facilities that we could accommodate these programs and expand. But we believe the opportunity here in Carriacou for the Marine Institute is one that we're looking at seriously, and we are moving at it as expeditiously as we can. And like I said, we've seen the first rendering, the 3D rendering of what that campus would look like, and the excitement is there, and TAMCC is ready to actually put its print on Carriacou again.
To ensure the project's success, Mr. Abraham emphasized the importance of a public-private partnership and issued a call for project donors and supporters.
We are looking for partners. The Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs is of course a partner. Ministry of Education, the Government of Grenada of course. And we are looking for any other partners that we can bring in to make this initiative a viable one for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. As I said earlier, we see the opportunities that are available to us. We believe that we have a market within the Grenadines, and we could go even further afield, but we're taking it one step at a time. So we look at other institutions. For right now, TAMCC partner with the Marine Institute in Newfoundland, Canada. We have an ongoing partnership there. We believe that the resources that we have in terms of human capacity, the exchanges that are taking place between students, but we need to look at our needs, basically, and to support the sector. For example, we have a thriving fishing industry here. We now have a Ministry of the Blue Economy. Again, we believe that the opportunities that are presented to us right now, we can partner with that ministry and to build capacity in so many different areas. Fishing, boat maintenance, shipbuilding. We also know there's an initiative here in Carriacou. Carriacou is known for shipbuilding and boat building. That is something that we want to take and move with it. So at least that's an opportunity for us. And we are not taking these things lightly, hence the reason why we are here today. And you would see us even more often going forward as it relates to the implementation in terms of the new structure that we're looking at, and of course the temporary arrangement that we have for our administrative team, our faculty and staff, and again, for our students, current and our prospective students.
Okay. Meanwhile, in light of the impact of Hurricane Beryl on Carriacou, students who are attending the Six Roads campus have been temporarily relocated to Grenada with assistance from the government. TAMCC has since secured a rental agreement for a property near the Six Roads campus where limited services will soon be offered to students.
We would like to have a physical presence here as quickly as possible. With the space that we looked at today, we believe that we have some form of physical activities in terms of our students' engagement here on island in a small way. But we are just being realistic with where we are at. Ideally, we would like to have a facility where we can house all of our Carriacou students here on the island. So we are looking at September in the first phase to re-engage on the island. But once the assessment is completed, we believe realistically we may have to do another academic year. But we are not ruling out September. But what is important at this point is for us to have a physical presence on the island so our prospective students could actually meet with the campus director and the faculty or administrative team so at least they could be guided. Our current students who are requiring service, we want to be able to provide that service to our community here in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So that's what we are looking at, but realistically, we are saying we are taking it in a step-by-step or a phased approach. But we believe in a small way we would be able to have a physical presence here for the new academic year, which is 25-26.
Dr. Flo Patrice, director of the Carriacou Six Roads campus, expressed excitement about the new direction for the institution and anticipates a growth in student admissions.
We are excited, very excited, staff and faculty, to move forward. So come June, hopefully June, by the beginning of June, we should be ready to start at least the administrative section, and we're gonna have the registration for the new school year. We should be doing registration for the new school year up in Carriacou rather than have the students go to Grenada to do that. So for the last school year, we have most of our students, not all of them, some of them could not make it, but most of them went down to Grenada housing, and they had some financial assistance from the government. We still have some students here who are waiting to begin the program. As a matter of fact, people have been asking, they've been asking us every day what new programs we have for the new school year. When we're coming back, they're ready to sign up and register. Somebody asked me what's starting in January, and January went so long. So we're quite excited and we're waiting, we're hopeful. September we are going to have most of our programs, if not all of them, most of them should be up and running in Carriacou.
Stay with us. The GIS News will return after these messages.
Dominica is living up to its reputation as the Nature Isle and its goal to be a resilient country. We are establishing a recycling culture, ridding our landfill of plastic waste. Under the Recycle OACS pilot project, residents and business owners are being encouraged to see the potential in plastic. Every day, plastic bottles can be sorted and prepared for collection and recycling. Plastic is not waste. There is opportunity in plastic recycling. Our health and the unmatched pristine Dominica environment protected, and the potential arena for investment for OACS entrepreneurs. Let's explore the possibilities and turn plastic into profit.
Recycle OACS. Green actions, blue oceans.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a step. So the journey of a year begins with but a sec. 1 second is the difference between old and new. The difference between what you have done and what you have to do. 1 second is the difference between who you were and who you are going to be. The difference between a year of expectations and a year of memories. Awaiting you is a year of opportunities and new moves. Just one final second to reflect. And then we must embrace indeed. I reckon 1 second is all we need.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Finance is relocating its offices to the Galleria Mall in Grand Anse. This is in response to serious structural and environmental concerns recently identified at the financial complex building. The ministry says the health and safety of its employees and the public remain a top priority. The relocation process, which began today, is expected to conclude on Monday, May 5th. During this period, only limited services will be available at the financial complex through the executive offices, administrative offices, procurement unit, concessions, budget, policy and debt units, internal audit, the Gaming Commission, and other offices linked to the Ministry of Economic Development and the Ministry of Trade and Export Development. In the meantime, essential services will continue at the following locations: the Accountant General's Office on Lucas Street, St. George, Inland Revenue and Treasury Services on Young Street, St. George. The ministry anticipates full operational readiness at the new Galleria Mall location by Wednesday, May 7, 2025. However, beginning Monday, May 5, 2025, an expanded range of services will already be available at the new site, including Inland Revenue Department, that's IRD services, Treasury Services from the Accountant General's Office, featuring enhanced cashing facilities, vehicle licensing services through the Royal Grenada Police Force License Department. A vibrant display of tradition and culture last Friday as residents of River Sally observed the annual Saraka celebrations, held at the River Sally playing field, where scores of residents and visitors from across Grenada gathered to witness the much-anticipated community event. Abigail McIntyre has more in this report.
Each year, the Live Sally Organization for Development hosts the River Sally Saraka, now a staple on Grenada's cultural calendar. The Saraka is a traditional activity that highlights the rich culture, heritage, and history of the people of River Sally and the nation as a whole. Rooted in African traditions, Saraka is a Thanksgiving feast where food is shared among the community and cultural connections are reinforced. Typically held on the Friday after Easter, the event serves as a gesture of gratitude to the ancestors and the celebration of communal heritage. President of the Live Sally Organization for Development, Anika Edwards, says the River Sally holds this tradition dear and it's committed to keeping it alive.
Saraka is more than just an event. It is a vibrant reminder of our African ancestry and the resilience of our people. It is a celebration of culture, of unity, and of thanksgiving. Time to reflect on where we come from and to reaffirm our shared commitment to preserving these traditions for future generations. The sound of the drums, the blowing of the conch shell, the aroma of delicious foods, and the energy of dances reminds us of the strength, beauty, and enduring spirit of our ancestors. As we gather here today, let us celebrate with open hearts and minds. Let us enjoy the flavors, the rhythms, and the connections that bind us. And let us continue to cherish and pass on the legacy that makes this community so special.
The Grenada Cultural Foundation provided support to the organization to ensure the success of this year's event. Chairman Christopher de Riggs, who has witnessed the growth of the River Sally Saraka over the years, commended the organizers for their dedication.
We wish to congratulate the Live Sally group for once again meeting the challenges of organizing this event. As is very evident, this event has become a national event attracting patrons from the four corners of Grenada and even from the diaspora. The Cultural Foundation is pleased to see how Saraka has grown. We know that this growth has to be accompanied by constant strategic review by the organizers with the objective of making each Saraka better than the one before. And we want to ensure that Saraka, while maintaining its appeal, will keep the authentic Grenadian flavor.
One of the major highlights was the highly anticipated judging of the food trays. Each tray, traditionally prepared by different households, must include a variety of items: rolled rice, rolled cuckoo, rice and peas, yard fowl, a coin or $10 bill, ground provisions, male and female dumplings, a bottle of rum, buns, corn products, bakes and saltfish, boiled eggs, a bouquet of flowers, fruits, a piece of red cloth, pea soup, callaloo, pumpkin, and roasted breadfruit. After judging, the food was shared on banana leaves that were carefully washed and spread on the ground. Participants then gathered to sit and enjoy the feast directly from the leaves, a tradition that strengthens community bonds. There were also performances of tambu bamboo, a percussion style using bamboo instruments said to have emerged in response to the British colonial ban on drums in the late 19th century. This celebration also featured the Tilingo line dance, another vibrant cultural expression.
Woy woy Tilingo, 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 woy woy Tilingo.
Here are some more highlights from the day's activities.
You're eating food all over. Sally are the best. Sally are the best. Sally are the best. Salaka.
Sally are the best.
Sally are the best. Salaka. If you say no, your mother. Sally are the best. Sally are the
is tough. I'll kill the first mother I see. My life has been rough. I'm awfully bitter these days because my parents were slaves. What do they call me? My name is Peaches.
So now the plane touchdown. I jabbing, as I touch on I jabbing. 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 Hate when we land is hate when we land. Hate when we land is hate when we land. Hate when we land is hate when we land. Hate when we land is Viking touchdown in Grenada like a alien in a UFO.
Show them what you got, ladies. Show them they're better than you. And the competition is on. Showing them that nobody could do it like her. Yes, man. The competition is on. Yeah. Show them. Have you got the moves? Yes. Molinho piglet go. 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 Molinho piglet go.
Come on, Molly Pig Molin.
Molinho piglet go.
Molin gal.
Molinho piglet go.
Molin gal.
Molinho piglet go.
Ide indi kalalo.
Molinho piglet go.
Ide indi poreto.
Molinho piglet go.
Ide indi poreto.
Molinho piglet go.
Ide indi oroko.
Molinho piglet go. Hit it!
For the GIS News, I am Abigail McIntyre.
Thank you, Abigail. This is the GIS News. More when we return.
Many of us take our health and well-being seriously. We exercise, we eat right, we try hard. Sometimes we give up. But we can't give up on the health of land and the seas that sustain us. We must reduce the amount of plastic weight we generate individually. A person can generate up to 70 times their weight in waste. That's over 10,000 pounds of plastic over a lifetime. Now multiply that by the country's population. Without reuse, repurposing, or recycling, each OECS island will generate more than 1 billion pounds of plastic waste over a lifetime. This can't be our legacy. Separate plastic waste for transport to a facility that reuses, repurposes, or recycles.
Recycle OECS. Green actions, blue oceans.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a step. So the journey of a year begins with but a sec. 1 second is the difference between old and new. The difference between what you have done and what you have to do. 1 second is the difference between who you were and who you are going to be. The difference between a year of expectations and a year of memories. Awaiting you is a year of opportunities and new moves. Just one final second to reflect. And then we must embrace indeed. I reckon 1 second is all we need.
Welcome back. Next, A New Dimensions has once again put on a masterful performance to capture the Grenada Steel Band Association's Pan Expressions title for the 4th consecutive year. In 2025, the tune of choice was I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. The band's arranger, Cordell Byam, stated that the selection did take time for arrangement. However, once Next A New Dimensions players got comfortable with it, the only other concern was to enter the competition and win the title.
So my tune of choice is I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston.
And what can we expect with that tune? How difficult, how challenging was it in terms of?
I love challenging music, right? But on a whole, you could always expect a lot of drama when it comes to Dimension. Yeah.
So are we seeing new and emerging players within the 30 or 35 that is going to be on stage here?
Of course, we have a lot of young kids this time. Some of the older heads decided to give the young kids a chance. Yeah, so that's a good thing.
So with the young incorporating the younger players, does that make it stronger in terms of defending? How comfortable are you in terms of defending?
I am very, very, very comfortable. It doesn't matter if it's young or old. Once Dimension is coming to a competition, we are coming to win.
Placing second in the competition was Blast River Road Pan Wizards, who brought the vibe with a Stevie Wonder selection. Cheryl Robertson, PRO of the Steel Orchestra, spoke on preparation and the tune of choice.
We've been practicing for about 2 months. As you know, we don't have a permanent home, so we are really grateful to the River Road Community Center for allowing us to practice for the past 2 months. We've been practicing almost every night in preparation and, as normal, practicing for competitions as they come.
The IMA Rainbow City All-Stars placed third with the selection Conga by Miami Sound Machine. Their band manager is Miguel Fortune.
The tune of choice, we're doing Conga by Gloria Estefan. Preparation, we have been preparing, practicing every night for the past 2 weeks. And prior to that, we have been doing sometimes twice or 3 times per week for about 5 weeks now.
Any particular reasons for choosing that selection?
To be very honest, the song was chosen when we started it. We had some conflicting views with the players. Some liked it, some didn't like it. But as the arrangements start going in and the feelings start everybody gravitating towards it. So that's the history and the selection of Conga. It's an upbeat song. It's a song that suits the mood of the band. So that is why it was selected.
Cooperative Bank Common Share Summertime by Ella Fitzgerald awarded them the 4th place.
Preparation for us began back in February from the arrangement choosing the song Summertime from George Gershwin in the style of Ella Fitzgerald. From there, we then decided on our concept for t-shirts and then decorations, and then we built from there and created the performance that we did tonight.
And how do you feel about your delivery tonight?
We feel quite confident. It went as well as unexpected. We were very pleased with what happened. Most of the players from the post-performance comments were very happy, more or less, with what they did and feeling very content and happy.
President of the Grenada Steel Band Association, Victor Ashby, while addressing pan lovers, stated that the GSA, moving forward in the weeks leading up to the Fantastic Saturday, will take pan to various communities.
We are going to use Expressions 2025 as the first leg of a steel band caravan. So between now and the 2025 Spice Fast, the Grenada Steel Band Association will be on the road in each parish, spanning as many communities as possible. We are satisfied that pan belongs to the people. We are also satisfied that the people belong to pan.
Senator the Honorable Quince Britton also attended the pan expressions and reaffirmed the government's commitment to helping with further development of the various steel orchestras, especially the unsponsored ones.
We spoke about it in Parliament, getting some additional instruments to help to strengthen some of the smaller bands like themselves, as well as some of the parishes where bands existed before. For instance, St. David's, St. Patrick's, the bands existing because they don't have the and so on. So we have already procured and is waiting on arrival some pieces of instruments, some 100 pieces of instruments. And that to help build capacity for the rest of the bands and so on. So I look forward to that, and like I say, it's just a matter of being encouraging more people to join the steel orchestra and so on, because music it's something that that helps you a lot, especially with your memory, those kind of things. So I am here testament to not just from the ministry, but as well as a St. Markian, being here to support the band in whatever way that I can.
Placing 5th was Republic Bank Angel Harps, 6th Panacea, 7th Florida Westside Symphony, and 8th Grand Roy Pan Angels. Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Delma Thomas, has congratulated Grenada's swim team on its remarkable accomplishments at the just concluded Character Aquatic Games in Trinidad. The ministry held a homecoming ceremony for the Grenada Character swim team on Monday.
11 medals, 12 swimmers. That is a tremendous achievement, and so I want you all to stand and take a bow. You are our exceptional character swimmers, and as the government, we are so proud of you. And it's more than just the government, but Grenada, we are so proud of you, putting the small island of Grenada on the map among the region superpowers. And so I'm so happy to be here with you. So I was not there with you on the journey, but I'm happy to be here with you to celebrate with you.
Team manager Ruth Colomo, who is a parent of 2 character swim medalists, outlined the achievements of the team. They recorded personal best and national records.
Our 12 swimmers were in Trinidad for over a week, and they worked tirelessly over 4 days of preliminaries, and finals with very stiff competition in the pool. And I think at this time I'd just like to recognize them individually for their efforts. We have 2 members of the swim team who are not present today, and that is because they are overseas. We have Sarah Dowden, who is in the States currently, and we have Tilly Collymore, who is in the UK, both of which are sitting exams as we speak, so neither could be present virtually, and they apologize for that. As with any competition, there were highs and lows, but the swimmers demonstrated grit, determination, and team spirit as they rallied through. With regard to the accomplishments, in summary, we had 35 personal bests, we had 25 final appearances, 11 medals, 3 bronze, 7 silver, and 1 gold. In addition to this, we also had 6 national records set, all by Tilly. And I think we should recognize our medalists. So they were Kristen Gresham, who secured a bronze in the 100-meter breast. Okay, Ethan Chufuk, who, as I said, special mention to him as he was a first-time Carifta swimmer. He secured a bronze in the 200 free and a silver in the 400 free. And we have Jacob Collymore, who had a bronze in the 100 free, a silver in the 100 fly, and our gold in the 50-meter fly.
Tilly and Jacob Collymore also participated in the 5K open waters at the Games. Still with news as it relates to the Carifta swim team, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Senator Sybil Francis, represented Grenada at the Games. She spoke of her experience in being with the team and witnessing their strength and victories.
Today I find myself battling emotions I didn't quite expect. And the reason is obvious. It's all because of you. It's the pride, the joy, and the deep admiration I feel for this exceptional team sitting before us today. Since returning from Trinidad, I have not missed a single opportunity to share the incredible experience I had. Every conversation somehow circles back to you, our swim team, and your outstanding contribution and performance. That day, that morning, allowed me to truly witness something unforgettable. Your resilience, your tenacity, your sportsmanship, and your unbreakable camaraderie. The original plan was to spend just half the day at the pool. Ms. Collymore could attest to that. But that plan quickly disappeared. It became impossible to leave. I found myself glued to the stands, drawn to the energy, the spirit, the heart you've poured into every single race. It was there amidst the cheers and splashes that I built a bond with this team, a bond I will forever cherish.
President of the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association, Neil Francis, commended Senator Francis for being there to witness the team's performance and looks forward to her continued support.
She came out, she supported, and I believe she was really impressed by the performance of the swimmers, because at the end of the evening, she said to us, ensure that whenever, she said, whether it's a local meet, a regional meet, whether it's an international meet, whatever it is, she wants to be in the know, and she also wants to be invited. So she, so on behalf of GASA, we have a standing invitation. All right? So we look forward to your continued support.
Medalist Jacob Collimo expressed the team's appreciation to Senator Francis and to all who gave their support.
This was my third CRIFTA Championships. I achieved a number of my goals, including medaling. It was an incredible experience to hear a national anthem being played as I stood on the podium. The team was also very grateful to Senator Francis for coming to watch us in both the prelims and the finals. This was the first international meet I recall as Senator's presence, and the team and I were very grateful for this. On behalf of the team, I would like to say a thank you to all our coaches for putting up with us and not giving up. Our parents for all their support, from getting us to practice and feeding us well. For the officials who helped make this CRIFTA experience a positive one, and to GASA and the ministry for making this CRIFTA a possibility for this team and me. We are so very grateful for this.
The team now has its sights set on the 2026 aquatics meet in Martinique. This brings us to the end of the GIS News for Monday, April 28th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Sherian Noel, thanking you for viewing.